The Civil War was a terrifying time in our country's history. I like to look at it as basically the Iron Bowl of our country's history. Two sides thoroughly hating one another, believing they're 100% right and going to win. The only difference is the Civil War was not anywhere close to a football game, and hundreds of thousands of people lost their life, cities were burnt down, and a bunch of terrible things happened. Even though this wasn't a pleasant time, there were many new technologies and innovations that changed the world and the war. One of these innovations being the ironclad ships. This idea originated from the Confederates. They had the bright idea to steal the retired USS Merrimack from the Union and completely decked it out with iron plates from water to top, making it virtually unsinkable from cannonballs, and this also allowed them to get in close proximity with other ships. Another key technology was the telegraph. This allowed for messages to be sent over long distances using Morse code and wires. This gave the Union a major advantage. Lincoln could give orders directly to the battlefield from the comfort of the White House, while the Confederates still relied on letters and messengers. Personally, the coolest yet scariest innovation for me was the Confederate submarines. Yeah, it'd be cool to shoot torpedoes from an underwater vessel, but nearly everyone who tried to do this successfully died. And personally, I'm not risking that. It was a death trap, but the H.L. Hunley was the first submarine to sink an enemy ship. And they sunk it, but it still didn't end well for them. What might be the most vital innovation of the Civil War was the Union's railroads. These could easily transport soldiers, food, guns, ammo, and nearly anything they needed, way faster than how they could before. Instead of marching, the railroads allowed a much easier and quicker way of transportation. Even Lincoln knew having this was a major advantage and could help them win the war far quicker. Personally, I think the telegraph and railroad systems gave the Union a major advantage over the Confederacy. Even though these technologies are not tactical, I see them as a big factor in the Union's victory. Quicker transportation and communication are beneficial for battle. If the Confederates possessed these, it would have been a completely different battle in my opinion, and feel like it could have given them a better chance at winning. In conclusion, there were many industrial and technological advancements that gave a competitive edge to both sides. These proved to be successful in their own unique ways. The Confederates possessed more tactical vessels to aid them in the midst of battle, while the Union possessed key ways in which they could communicate and transport goods and information from thousands of miles. The Iron Bowl is just a silly little football game, and the Civil War killed thousands, but I can still see a tiny resemblance in the two.